You're watching News Central now on News Central Television with me, Blessings Mosugu. The top stories at this hour. Federal government invites SANU, NASU for talks after threat for long-term shutdown as federal government rebuffs talks. Court orders CBN to withhold monthly allocations to River State over constitutional violations. Mali prosecutors open investigation into alleged bid to overthrow ruling junta. We've got the details shortly. Let's begin the news with updates in the education sector. The Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities will meet with the federal government on Thursday to discuss the ongoing strike. SANU Vice President Abdusabor Salam confirmed that the union received an official invitation from the government on Wednesday night. The unions began an indefinite strike on Monday due to 4 months of unpaid salaries, leading to a nationwide university shutdown. Now, SANU National President Mohammed Ibrahim stated that 98% of members have complied, and they will not return to work until their demands are met. Away from education now, Nigeria's Senate has confirmed the nomination of 7 ministerial nominees submitted by President Bola Tinubu for confirmation. This was after the Senate grilled the nominees on their competencies and capacity to serve as ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Amadine Uyi reports.
The screening exercise was one many citizens of the country have looked up to. The nominees, whose names had been submitted by President Bola Tinubu to the Senate for screening, following the recent reshufflement of cabinet ministers. One member of parliament commended the president for attaching portfolios to the names to enable the parliament ask far-reaching questions bordering on the competencies of the nominees.
We have on the floor of this Senate always sought that a president sending nominees to the floor must attach it with the portfolios. Today, we are seeing that the president has started by letting us know in the portfolios of those that will go to the different areas, and that is commendable.
Some of the nominees had time to answer to questions posed by lawmakers in a bid to convince the parliament of their competencies.
The silver lining in leveraging the current FX rate is an opportunity to deepen exports, because our goods are currently cheaper for exports and also cheaper for domestic consumption. So it's an opportunity for all of us to buy Nigerian, to support Nigerian businesses and consume what is made in Nigeria. That will create jobs and encourage these businesses and make sure they stay in business.
Missions abroad actually reflect the true magnitude of Nigeria's standing in the Committee of Nations. It is very, very important because this is what will give our nation the much needed respect to carry out diplomatic functions.
Most time when you look at the statistics, because there's no geospatial distribution of the poor people, you can't even determine how people are actually captured in your own territorial zone or in your own ward or in your own community. But by just doing this alone, we cannot distribute materials to the last mile in the country.
After a grueling session, the president of the Senate announced the verdict of the parliament.
The nominees appeared before the Senate, answered questions from distinguished senators on a number of topical issues, particularly issues relating to their designated ministries. Thereafter, the Senate and the Committee of the Whole approved the nominations of Dr. Nentewa Yilwata, Muhammadu Maigari Dingyadi, Bianca Odinaga Odimogu Ojugu, Right Honorable Yusuf Abdullahi Asa, Idi Mukhtar Maiha, Dr. Jumoke Oduwale, Shuaiba Said Ahmad, PhD, as ministers of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole?
With the nominees now confirmed, the next step will be the swearing in by the president so that they can commence their functions and contribute their quota to achieving the objectives of the renewed hope agenda set by the current administration. In Abuja for News Central, I am Amadine Uyi.
Now, the Federal High Court in Abuja has blocked the Central Bank of Nigeria from releasing monthly allocations to Rivers State. Justice Joyce Abdulmalik ruled that Governor Simealayi Fubara's submission of the 2024 budget to an unauthorized 4-member Rivers House of Assembly breached constitutional protocols. Describing the fund disbursement as a constitutional somersault, the judge deemed Fubara's budget implementation a significant violation of the 1999 Constitution. Consequently, the court ordered the Central Bank, the Accountant General, and banks like Zenith and Access to prevent the Rivers State government from accessing funds from the Consolidated Revenue and Federation account.
It all started when the court-backed Martins Amawule-led faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly filed the suit after the Court of Appeal declared that the 4-man pro-Fubara lawmakers cannot approve the state's 800 billion naira budget. Specifically, the judge said that the action of the governor in implementing an unlawful budget is a gross violation of the 1999 Constitution he swore to protect. The judge therefore ordered the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Accountant General of the Federation, Zenith Bank, and Access Bank from further allowing Governor Fubara from accessing monies from the Consolidated Revenue Fund and the Federation account.
Section 120, 121, 122, and 123 of the Constitution clearly stipulated what should be done before the state can spend money, state expenditure. And it's clear there that no money shall be appropriated without an appropriated bill being passed by the House of Assembly. It's very clear from the judgment of Motosho, which was confirmed by the Court of Appeal, that the budget was not properly passed. And in a situation like that, if it's not passed within 6 months, a state is not supposed to collect revenue from a consolidated fund. That is the issue of law. That is the extant provision of the law. And that's what the court has confirmed today, that the Rivers State government has not complied with the requirement of the Constitution on appropriation of bills for expenditures and all the things that they need to do in the state government. It's a very clear judgment. And then also looking at all the other judgments that have been passed in respect of Rivers State government. It's clear from this judgment, which also rely on the judgment of the Court of Appeal, that the state government is in violation of the extant provisions of the Constitution relating to expenditure and passing of the bill for expenditure. So it's clearly they cannot continue to allow this infraction to continue. This judgment is to put into rest the impunity going on in the Rivers State relating to expenditure. It's clearly that people are not looking at the issues of constitutionality. People goes on the air to talk about attempt by the court to rein in unconstitutionality. Today, this judgment is to rein in unconstitutional behavior of the governor going on in the state, and in the judgment were delivered. And we are going to implement this judgment. We are going to serve the necessary agencies, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and other agencies who are supposed to give authority to spend money.
The judgment presents a new twist to the feud between the Rivers State Governor and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, which has currently pitched lawmakers at the Rivers State House of Assembly against each other. In Abuja for News Central, I am Emmanuel Bagudu.
Now, Rivers State Governor Simealayi Fubara has downplayed concerns over a federal high court order restricting the state's financial allocations. Speaking at a Thanksgiving service marking his administration's resilience amid political challenges, Fubara promised to continue paying contractors workers, and council chairmen, despite the court's decision. He encouraged supporters to remain steadfast, noting that administration's achievements, including local government elections and ongoing projects across Rivers State.
Journey so far, we have taken the most difficult part of the struggle. There is nothing that is happening now that is not surmountable. I want you to know that. So you need to praise up and be strong. Nothing has happened. We are still complete. We are still intact. Let me tell you, they said we are not going to last for 1 week. We are here. We have done 1 year plus. We're also doing 1 year anniversary of the attempt. Today, we have the local government chairman sitting with us. They said commissioner should resign immediately so that.
And now joining us on the news to share his thoughts on this is Engineer Legbosi Yamabana, the chairman, River State Ethnic Youth Leaders Coalition. Thank you so much, Engineer Yamabana, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
An absolute pleasure. Now, Engineer Yamabana, what are the implications of the court's order that is blocking the release of federal funds to Rivers State?
The implication of that court order, or I would like to put it as the intention of the perpetrators and the beneficiaries of that court order, is to cripple economic activities in Rivers State. And this has clearly shown that these guys are enemies of the state, because I cannot fathom how anybody will be celebrating an order that will be denying Rivers State its statutory allocation, given the fact that Rivers State is even the goals that lays the golden egg. The allocation that is being shared in this nation today, a good chunk of it is coming from Rivers State. And I cannot imagine how Rivers State allocation, a little share of that allocation that should go to the states, will be asked to be denied the states by any court of law. And this is an affront to the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. And I do not see how a mere court pronouncement can upturn the Constitution, which is a grand norm. And so today, Rivers people, Rivers youths, we now know the true enemies of Rivers State. And this judgment, I wonder why some judges are treading this path. This judgment, like I have mentioned ab initio, lacks the moral justification and every other justification whatsoever one can or could think of. And so it is a court, and one is bound to obey it. But thank God it is a court of first instance that gave that order. And as of today, I believe the Rivers State government has already appealed that decision, and there will be a stay, and Rivers State will continue to enjoy its allocation. And I am very sure that the appellate courts will upturn that kangaroo order. I call it kangaroo order because it is totally senseless and undemocratic.
So how do you think that this ruling will impact the state's ability to provide essential services to its citizens? Like, what do you think are the potential economic and social consequences of the financial restrictions that is imposed by the court?
Obviously, that was the intention. I want to take you back a little memory lane. Sometime in October, when the Rivers political debacle started, the eastward governor of Rivers State and the FCT minister did say and said unambiguously that he was going to make this state ungovernable, that he was going to make this state very difficult for Governor Fubara to govern. And since he made that statement, plethora of issues, including this court order, has played out. And so we know those behind this whole political crisis. And it is not for the people of Rivers State. Rather, it is only to have a more deeper pocket. It's about targeted at the resources of Rivers State. And this is the governor, Kubara, that has come to say Rivers money for Rivers people. This is the governor whose mantra is Rivers first. This is a governor in the face of these doubting challenges has been up and doing. You need to come to this state to see the projects going on. As of today, since he was inaugurated along his colleague in May, I have not seen any governor that has been able to even beat his records of projects flag off and commissioning. This is a governor that has 200 billion plus Calabari Ring Road. He has close to 200 billion Port Harcourt Ring Road. He has hospitals, he has schools. I mean, the place has been turned into a construction site.
Engineer Yamabana, let's come back to the focus of the conversation. I really want to find out how this legal battle would impact the political landscape in Rivers State. Do you think it would lead to increased tensions between the state government as well as the federal government?
Well, like I said, this is it was an attempt to try to scuttle the economic of Rivers State and to continue to be a clock in the wheels of governance in the states by enemies of the states. But since an appeal has been lodged, federal government cannot seize Rivers allocation. The allocation for Rivers State will definitely be released. Because like I said, that is a court of first instance. It's not the Supreme Court that made that pronouncement. And you will recall that in 2004, when the then president, Sumoto, wanted to stop the allocation or stopped the allocation of Lagos State under the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Supreme Court made it expressly clear that nobody whatsoever place has the right to stop the allocation of any states because it is a direct constitutional provision. And I wonder if Justice Joyce is not aware of that ruling. And you see, all of these are just distractions that will not stand the test of time.
Engineer Legbosi Yamabana, Chairman, Rivers State Ethnic Youth Leaders Coalition, thank you for joining us and sharing your thought, and we'll definitely see how this plays out.
Thank you very much.
A pleasure. We're going to a short break now. You're still live with us on the news, and when we come back, we'll take a look at governance in Bayelsa State, where the residents bemoan 3-month-long power outage in the state. So stay with us. It's not just water. The first time I wanted to cough, I was waving and waving. I needed someone to give me a go ahead, but like nobody was seeing me. I don't have water. Thank you. Many thanks for staying with us on the news. Now to more stories. The protracted absence of electricity in Yenogwa, the capital of Bayelsa State, has caused widespread complaints among residents due to its crippling effect on the local economy activity over nearly 4 months. Now, in an interview with News Central's correspondent Austin Azu, he revealed that residents are concerned about various issues, including inadequate access to clean drinking water, insecurity, youth unemployment, annual flooding, and poorly constructed roads lacking drainage, among other pressing matters. We'll now cross over to our correspondent in Bayelsa, Austin Azu, for more update on the power situation. Austin, good afternoon. If you can hear me, what's the update on the power situation in Bayelsa State? Austin, just in case you can hear me, I'm asking for the update on the power situation there in Bayelsa State where you currently are. Okay, while we're waiting to connect with Austin, we're still talking about the power outage situation. Austin, if you can hear me, I'm asking about the update on the power outage in Bayelsa State.
Experienced a total blackouts in the state capital, and the business owners, of course, they have to run their power sets with diesel and fuel as well. So the power situation has not been improved from what the commissioner said yesterday. From what the commissioner said yesterday, that they are working in hand with the transmission company of Nigeria, that they are looking forward to ensure that they are able to provide the necessary things that we have, vandalized from the power sector. We had some respondents here earlier on who could have given us more insight about how the power situation is affecting their businesses and, of course, the daily activities. But because of some of their routine, they have to leave and meet up with their other needs.
All right, Austin, thank you for the update. We'll definitely see how it turns out, more information about that in our
Okay, we have one of the respondents here already. Please look at the camera. Okay, tell us your name and tell us how the power situation is affecting you as a resident of Yenegua.
My name's Aaron John. The power situation is affecting us based on our businesses is not going forward. We use the power system to empower our business daily basics. But now things are going down because things are going down based on the business are not going forward and the economic situation is too bad too. Most of us are not getting what we really want as the indigent too and the businessmen. Because most of us are into business. Look at it now. Pure water one is 15 naira. We are buying pure water one 15 naira.
Okay.
Which is not good.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, please come forward a little, please. Step forward, step forward. This way, sir. Okay. So, sir, tell us your name and tell us how the power situation is affecting your business. Your name?
My name is Gode. I'm Gode by name. My son name is Eyube.
Can you remove your card, sir? Please remove your card so I can see your face. Okay, go ahead. Tell us how is it affecting your business.
For now, to be sincere, I do not have any business. I'm looking for what I can do. I'm looking for a job. I'm jobless by now. So I'm looking for a job. I will eat nothing they come here. I'm a professional driver.
Okay, as a driver, tell us the assessment of the road so far. As you are driving, what's the assessment of the road in Yenegua and environment? How the road be?
Short, the road, there's no problem in the road. There's peace in the road. All the traffic system, they are working very well. The union people, they are taking care of the driver very well.
I mean, the road, is it bad or good?
For long now, I've never been on the road. because I don't have any work. So I cannot talk about that side now.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so far so good from what we have heard so far. The drivers who spoke to yesterday, they equally talked something about the road. They complained about the drainage system that we are not equally put in place in terms of ensuring that the roads being constructed can stand the test of time. And from some other people who equally spoke, they expressed concerns about security at night, especially when it is between from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock and to 9 o'clock thereabout. And they expressed a huge concern that the government should wake up to the responsibility of ensuring that they're able to protect lives and security, especially during the night hours. And of course, they're equally saying that they want nightlife to return back to Yenagoa, which happens to be one of the bubbling capital in Nigeria some time ago. And by and large, it means that a lot has to be done to ensure that they restore power back to the state capital and environs and provide adequate, accessible and clean water for the people to drink, because of course, you know, water is life, and if there's no water, I don't think anyone can survive in any of the environments.
All right, News Central correspondent Austin Azu, thank you so much for bringing us update all the way from Yenagoa, Bayelsa State Capital. We're still talking about the power outage. More stories now. The transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, says power supply has been successfully restored to 7 northern states through its 330 kV Ugwaji API transmission line 1. In a statement on Wednesday, Ndidi Mba, the TCN's General Manager of Public Affairs, confirmed that power was restored at 4:56 p.m. after repairs on the vandalized section of the line were completed. Now, she said with the restoration, the Apir Lafia 330 kV transmission line 2 is now also operational, enabling bulk power transmission to Lafia, Makurdi, Jos, Kaduna, Kano, Bauchi, and Gombe states. Now, major petroleum marketers have assured the public there is adequate petrol supply, urging against panic buying. The Chief Executive Officer of the Major Energy Marketers Association of Nigeria, MEMAN, Clement Isong, confirmed that ample stock is available through Dangote Refinery and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, with a reliable forecast of future supplies. In a response to press inquiries about a potential petrol shortage, MEMAN reassured stakeholders that deregulation allows marketers to secure supplies in advance, mitigating scarcity risks. Despite the NNPC's recent petrol price increase, MEMAN does not anticipate any immediate scarcity. However, some marketers have reported challenges accessing supplies from the Dangote Refinery. There's been a myriad of commissioning recently. The FCT Minister, Wike, is still commissioning more road projects, and we will be joining them live right now in the Federal Capital Territory with the live footage.
Their benefactor, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, and their team, that they can be trusted. They have to reciprocate the gesture, a whole car, to reduce the burden of transportation in FCT and empower youth and reduce the incidence of motorbikes in high-prowl areas like Asokoro, Maitama, and Guzape. This is indeed what it's about. Teach them to fish. Don't always give them fish. To further unpack the project for invited guests, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and the man at the helm of implementation assurances is a man whose secretariat is new and is determined to make it a huge success. Help me welcome an able team member of the FCT Minister, Mandate Secretary for Youth Secretariat, Honorable Abdullahi Ango.
Thank you, Ma. The Chairman Committee on FCT, Distinguished Senator Ibrahim Bomey, Chairman Senate Committee on Area Councils and Ancillary Matters, Senator David Jankuta, Chairman House Committee on FCT, Honorable Mukhtar Baitara, Chairman House Committee on FCT Area Councils and Auxiliary Matters, Honorable Fred Agili, Members House of Representatives representing Abuja South, distinguished Senator, past and present here present, with specific reference to a leader, Senator Philip Aduda, who always said, Angu, I don't want you to fail. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to specifically appreciate our area council's chairman, sir, for their immense support and contributions ever since Youth Development Secretariat was created. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Minister, sir, a father, a mentor, a boss, and a leader par excellence. Everybody call you the father or Mr. Project, but I think from today, we're going to tag and change your name, Your Excellency, to Youth Empowerment Father. Because what we are about to witness today, I think it has never happened. Your Excellency, sir, because I was overwhelmed, and when the news of this empowerment gets to the entire youth of FCT, it was something different. And permit me to please title my speech today as this. I titled this speech as The Geopolitics of Youth Inclusiveness in the North Central, a Fantasies or Realities. The reason for this is, before your appointment as the Minister of FCT, sir, youth inclusiveness in the theater of North Central discussions, it was a fantasy. It was a big fiasco and, of course, a jamboree. But today, we are witnessing what reality is all about. Your Excellency, sir, we must, as a matter of fact, unapologetically appreciate Mr. President for appointing you as the Minister of Federal Capital Territory. Indeed, you are a blessing to the people of FCT, and you are a blessing to Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of substance, today we are here to make a history that has never happened. In fact, I target a new dawn or a turnaround in FCT. The Honorable Minister, in his own wisdom, has said to the youth, I remember, if you permit me to quote, sir, I was privileged to be one of your state ESCO meetings. You say, youth, we must, as a matter of fact, empower the youth of FCT. Today, we are here to witness a Renew Hope Youth Empowerment Program. The Minister has approved the distribution of 80 last-mile vehicles to the FCT youth. And the distributions of these vehicles are as follows. We have 20 hires, we have 30 SUV, and we have 30 Suzuki. Your Excellency, sir, after today, I want to tell you that social vices, crimes, unemployment, and self-independence has started in FCT. This is an intervention that has never happened in the history of FCT. I am a student of political science and history. I have been unapologetically participating in politics for the past 2 decades. We have never seen this in FCT, sir. We have never seen. And this is a turnaround for us, sir. The whole idea is to gradually do away with the use of keke napep in areas like Guzapi, Maitama, and Asokoro. And this will simultaneously go together with what is happening now. And as time goes on, the Honorable Minister will do away with the entire keke napep because this is a pilot scheme. And this certainly will be done as dictated by the Honorable Minister. Sir, it will interest you to know that the committee you set to look into these distributions, the formula used is free from ethnic chauvinism, regional jingoism, religious bigotry, and intolerance. All the people of FCT, regardless of religion, area councils, indigent or resident, they were duly captured. Your Excellency, sir, I have been privileged to be part of the flag up that has been happening. I want to tell you that if everybody is jubilating for the fact that infrastructure is happening in FCT, the youth are at most to be enjoyed. This is because the flag off of the infrastructure, the youth are going to be employed. The youth are going to be part and parcel of the process. By so doing, we have created job opportunities for them. By so doing, we have given them an ample opportunity to do away with deviances in the community. A sociologist said, a free society is always desirable, but it is not always ascertainable. Indeed, its ascertainability depends on the panacea and the method put in place. And as a leader, you have demonstrated that capacity, sir. We thank you, and we will continue to thank you, sir. Sir, today's infrastructure is what I tag human capital development. Human capital development, to me as a youth, is very, very significant because it underscores the importance of security in a community. By today, sir, I want to assure you that an individual, a household, a society, and a nation is empowered for a life. This is because the vehicle we are seeing here, ladies and gentlemen of substance, each one of them, if I tell you the price, it will surprise you. And indeed, this is purely an idea of His Excellency, the Minister of FCT, in his quest to ensure that the New Hope agenda is ascertained, is real, is pure, and it reaches down to the people. I want to use this opportunity once again, sir, to tell you that the news you gave us in Buhari Area Council of 10 billion, I want to change my phone because of the number of calls I received, sir. Sir, thank you so much. We will thank the Mr. President by using this opportunity that 10 billion came into being as a result of your capacity, because whosoever has worked with you sees reason to support all your ideas. Your ideas are progressive, your ideas are human in nature, and of course your idea is developmental in nature. Thank you so much for that, sir. Sir, the interesting part of this idea, being an indispensable minister, sir, is to empower everybody here. But we are calling the attentions of the beneficiary to know that they are lucky to be part of this pilot scheme. And for your information, beneficiaries, you are being profiled by security agencies. The minister insisted that the purpose at which these are meant, it must be used for it. Meaning, the color our capital city in nature, you must, as a matter of fact, do not change this color. You must use it for the purpose at which it was meant for. Meaning, all these buses, all the SUV and Suzuki must be taken to Guzape, Maitama, and Asokoro, so that we can gradually turn the FCT to be Kuala Lumpur or Dubai, inshallah. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end my speech with a quotation, sir. As a student of political science, J.J. Rousseau said, and I quote, that governance, democracy, politics is all about demand and supply. Sir, I remember we cried to you on Saturday, on Sunday that you are supposed to be in service, on Sunday that is supposed to be your weekend. You followed us down to Kwali Area Council. You listened to us, and we told you that part of the reasons why we don't want to join national protest then was we need the creation of Youth Secretariat. Sir, you categorically gave it to us. That's a demand. And the supply now is we own you as a youth of FCT. And how do we do that? We are going to be law-abiding, patriotic in nature, and of course support the policies and program of the Renew Hope agenda and the policies and program of the FCT administration. Thank you, Your Excellency, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Mandate Secretary Youth Development has spoken and spoken well. This initiative will do away with deviances, and even though the minister was supposed to have his weekend, he listened and created the Youth Secretariat as he did the Women Secretariat. We congratulate you for this milestone today. Please, let's give another round of applause to the Mandate Secretary Youth Secretariat. Having arrived from the 3 area councils of Kwali, Buhari, and Gwagwalada, I would like to explain my wardrobe, Your Excellency. Today, my wardrobe is in tandem with the FCT. In Buhari, a lady from the Gbagi ethnic group of Abuja gifted me my head wrap, the one on my head. So today, I'm fully a Gbagi woman. She gave me, with great love, my dress is Adire Eleko from the Yoruba ethnic group, and I have a set of bracelets from India. My fashion today, Your Excellency, is a medley, a symphony of collaboration. Your Excellencies, when we join our hands together as a nation, when we support each other, then things would work better. I'm better off with this traditional outfit that combines 3 different nations. So my dress is complete today because there has been collaboration from different places. And because I've traveled around the area councils, I now have a scarf to prove it. We need to use collaboration as a tool of furthering governance. And we all know that the FCT minister has been collaborating with area council chairmen, has had collaboration and support from a lot of people who have continued to support him. Before I bring up the goodwill messages, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me very sincerely and warmly welcome the former Abia State Governor, His Excellency Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu. We thank you very much, sir, for coming to join this train of development in the FCT. Would also like to welcome the former Chairman UBA, former Chairman Standard Trust, and Chairman Elders Forum Rivers, Chief Ferdinand Anababa. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for making the time to come and join us. And in the spirit of collaboration and in the spirit of support, I'd like to immediately invite to deliver a goodwill message the former Chairman UBA, former Chairman Standard Trust. No, sir. Okay, sir. I agree with you. You have been saved, sir, from coming to speak here. So I would immediately invite to speak here today the Chairman, House Committee on FCT, Right Honorable Betara.
My colleagues are from the National Assembly, serving and retired. The Honorable Minister of FCT, my brother, mandate secretaries, I stand on existing protocol. Your Excellency, today is a different day because you've been giving hope for Abuja residents where we've been breaking the construction of roads in Abuja and area council. As renewed hope for administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which you as Minister of FCT has always been helping the government to promote our party, APC, which you are not part of it, that I always tell you, we are waiting for you to come and join us. We are happy today. You are empowering our youth in the FCT, where we've been discussing since you came in as FCT Minister. Our first sitting with you is with the issue of Keke Napep in Asokoro, in Gusafe, and in Maitama, where you told me, Chairman, the time will come. We'll provide our youths with vehicles that will find time to remove the Keke Napep. Today, we are witnessing what we've discussed in the last 6-7 months with you. I'm happy today that you are my FCT minister, where I always said I chaired your committee, and I have no regret working with you because I know after 4 years would have left a legacy where no minister of FCT that I know will come in again to do better than you. I know what you've been doing in the budget, even the day before yesterday, where you went to Kwali. You called me on phone and said, Chairman, we need to do something. I said, what, Mr. Minister? He said, we need to wire some monies because the road to Kwali that we went last week was not good for the residents there. You said farming can be done in Abuja in that area as well. So immediately you come back from your trip, you send a letter to us, and we replied you. We gave you that approval to provide those monies and start that project. As National Assembly and Committee on House of Representatives, I've always tell you we are with you 100%. In anything you want us to do, we are going to do it for you. We stand with you because of your development of FCT, of your development in general to assist the President and Commander-in-Chief to achieve his goal within FCT and Nigeria as well. Congratulations, my Honorable Minister, and congratulations for our youth in Abuja. Your mandate secretary has advised you should use these vehicles only for transportation within those areas that I have given to you. Please, because you are being monitored by the security. I wish you well, and I hope you are going to follow the guidelines that has been given to you. Thank you.
The Chairman House Committee on FCT has appealed and advised the beneficiaries to stay within bound and follow the rules that they have been given. Would like to thank him very much for his intervention. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Thank you very much, Honorable Betara. Apologies again to Chief Ferdinand Anababa for jumping the gun. My apologies, sir. In the meantime, I'd like to greet and welcome the representative of the House Committee Chair on Area Councils and Ancillary Services, who has joined us today. We thank you for being here with us. We have, of course, the former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Chibudum Umuche. We greet you and welcome you. We have the very distinguished Professor Senator Sandy Ono, who is here with us. We thank you, sir. We have, of course, distinguished Senator Philip Aduda, Senator Mao Habunwa, Senator Lakanwogu, Senator George Sekibo, Senator Magnus Abe, Ambassador Desmond Akawo, Honorable Fred Agbe, Chief Dan Obi, Honorable Gyadom, Honorable Ojukaye Amakri. We thank you so very much for making the time to come and celebrate this youth empowerment that the Honorable Minister is putting in place. As we speak about the former senators here, every time we go on the train of development across the area councils, we have Senator Philip Aduda spending his time celebrating with his people. And many years ago, I happened to have traveled with Mama Jumai Aduda, Chief Mobilizer for Abuja. We remember her with fond memories today. A tree and an apple does not fall far away from its roots. We thank you for everything that you do. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring up distinguished Senator Jim Kuta to deliver his goodwill message.
Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike, Your Excellency, the former Governor of Abia State, His Excellency Dr. Ekpazu, the Honorable Member, Chairman Senate, House Committee on FCT, my senior brother Mutari Betra, the Honorable Member representing Abuja South, the representative of the Chairman of House on FCT Area Council and Auxiliary Matters, former Senators, ably led by my senior brother, my leader, Philip Aduda, former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Chibudum, Area Council Chairman, Mandate Secretaries, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, to me today is a great day and a wonderful day to me. That's why I appear
the way I appear today, because this is what we have been praying for a very long time. Like for the past 21 years of my life in FCT, when I was the chairman of Northern Minority Youth, we used to partner here in Abuja with the indigenous of Abuja original inhabitant youth, led by Comrade David. And we have been praying for this. And today, you make it happen. Not only happen, you gazetted it by having a secretariat. It's a wonderful thing. To we, the youth, that's why you see I identify with them. I was supposed to sit down there, but I came in late because I'm one of them, I'm part of them, I know how it feels. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And let me use this opportunity to thank Mr. President for this wonderful discovery of yours. I don't know the consultant that make the research to bring you, because I tried to see why the minister is doing that. I now remember all your life you have been partnering with the youth. From the local government chairman, where the track record is there. You can't be a successful local government chairman without carrying the youth along. And it's there for people to see. The next journey again in life, you are here in Abuja as a minister for education. Education is all about the youth and the children. It's all about us. And you did well there. Today, you are here as a minister of Abuja. You didn't forget us. You give us hope. You give us something to hold on to here in FCT. And I'm sure the Minister of Sport and Youth will learn from this to create something like that all over Nigeria, because like I said, you are the symbol of renewed hope of Mr. President, of this administration, as far as I am concerned. I want to thank you very much. With all the things that you have done, Your Excellency, your name is already written, not will be. It's already written in diamond, not gold, because diamond is stronger than gold. Your name is already written in diamond in the heart of indigenous of FCT and the resident of FCT. Well, like we in the National Assembly, under the leadership of my uncommon president, Senator Godswill Akpabio, we are going to give you our full support. We are here for you anytime, any day. Thank you very much. And I congratulate you, my brothers, the youth. Are you people happy? Unjidadi yokwa? Banaji motinkupa, banaji. Bakujidadi wana bumba? To sanunku naguri.
The very distinguished Senator Jim Kota, Chairman Senate Committee, Area Councils and Ancillary Matters, is a member of the youth community, and he's dressed like one and has always been. And today, he has aligned with his people and asked them in Hausa if they are not happy. And they have shouted from their point of view that they are very excited for this opportunity that they are going to get. Your Excellency, I'll just set down the logistics for the next couple of events on the program. Number one is, after the goodwill messages, we will, of course, take the vote of thanks. But before then, just to inform the beneficiaries that I'll be calling their names one by one before I invite the minister. When I call your name as a beneficiary, and these are just symbolic persons who are representing the local council areas and the FCT Renewed Hope Initiative, there will be 7 symbolic members. When I mention your name when it is time, you will stand up where you are, and then when you are complete 7, you will make your way to this side of the stage and wait there for the Honorable Minister to pass you the keys for these cars after he has delivered his speech. And of course, the Mandate Secretary Transportation would also be on hand to hand over the keys to the Honorable Minister to pass on to you. But you will come in your block, not one by one. When I mention you, you stand on your seat, and when I complete mentioning all your names, you move as a group to this side so we can see your symbolic presence in this place. I want you all to give a round of applause to the FCT administration for this initiative. These cars, 18 number, will man Guzape, Meitama, and Asokoro. and it has already been explicated by the Mandate Secretary, Youth Secretariat. Our chief host, ladies and gentlemen, there are many reasons to be thankful today in these past 9 days. Everything has gone very smoothly. I'm particularly thankful to the Honorable Minister Nyesom Wike and his entire team for the confidence reposed in me to deliver all 9 flag-offs and groundbreaking projects in the FCT in the last uninterrupted 9 days. I am indeed honored by the FCT, particularly by the Minister and his team, for the warmth from FCT, FCDA, SDD staff. I'm truly thankful. I feel adopted by the FCT. I have learned, unlearned, relearned, and gained many knowledge as I move across the FCT, across area councils and the city center. I thank you for the opportunity to serve. It's time now for me to invite the Mandate Secretary Transportation, Right Honorable Dr. Elechi Chinedum, to come forward and deliver his vote of thanks, after which he will be symbolically handing the keys to the Honorable Minister after the Minister's speech. So, after your vote of thanks, we would be inviting the Honorable Minister.
It's the keys. It's the keys for the cars. Your Excellencies, the Honorable Minister FCT, Nyesom Wike, CON, Dr. Okezi Bazo, immediate past Governor of Abia State, members of the National Assembly, both serving and past, management of the FCT, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I use this single opportunity given to me on behalf of the Honorable Minister and the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, to thank you, our distinguished guests. And it's a very, very special way of thanking you, not just for today. You have been with us for the past 9 days. Even before then, most of you here, you have been with us even from May of this year in the commissionings and the flagging offs. We are so very grateful to you for sticking by our Honorable Minister, who has been given different accolades. But I think the most important aspect is that somebody rightly said that the Honorable Minister is the Minister of Nigeria. And that is why we always have a cross attendance from all parts of the country. And so we thank you so much. We cannot say our thanks enough. Somebody was called up at the time to give the vote of thanks. And he said, the task is very simple. We say thank you, and thank you. But I cannot end this without those of us from the southeastern part of Nigeria, we have an adage. And our adage is, if the community cooks for one person, there's no way he can finish it. But if one person cooks for the community, it is conviviality, it is brotherhood. And the Honorable Minister has been bringing the community together. If you didn't come to honor his invitation, it will amount to one person cooking for the community. But you always come. So it shows that the Honorable Minister is a man of the people. So we thank you, we cannot thank you enough. Like everybody has said, today's event is pretty special because we're talking about infrastructure of a different kind, not roads and bridges. We're talking about human infrastructure. And anybody who has been in executive position before will know, either as local government chairman or governor, to know that even if you pave the roads with gold, the human infrastructure must also match it. Otherwise, you won't have succeeded. So today, we thank you for being here on this very, very, very important occasion. We're talking about 80 beneficiaries, and everything they receive today is going to have a multiplier effect. We're not talking about the beneficiaries, we're talking about the drivers, we're talking about their families. And so we thank you, and once more on behalf of the Honorable Minister, we thank you and thank you and thank you for being with us. God bless you all.
Your Excellencies, at this time, our very, very special guest, a big elephant in the room, the former governor of Abia State, who has come to join us. And of course, except you are in that place where you understand where the lion stands in the forest, you will not understand why a man of this quality and quantity will be speaking after the vote of thanks. But the gentleman we're inviting today is a very special guest who has come to celebrate with the Honorable Minister. And this gentleman was holding the executive position in Abia State and therefore remains an enigma. Help me welcome Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, His Excellency, former Abia State Governor, to now deliver his goodwill message and be the last goodwill to speak before we hand over the cars. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me recognize the Senate Committee Chairman on FCT, another committee chairman in the Senate that look after all matters concerning FCT. I extend same respects to the House Committee Chairman and his other colleagues that superintend over issues concerning FCT. Other distinguished senators, both serving and past, my brother and my friend, former governor of Rivers State, and today the Honorable Minister, performing minister of the FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor and pleasure to be associated with this action minister. Today's event is a very special one because this kind of gesture to our youth not only empowers them today, but it gives hope to other youths in FCT and across Nigeria that someday the wheel of fortune will shine in their direction and also they will be empowered. The socio-economic impact of today's event is at least fourfold. The first one is that security issues will be addressed. The next one is that some people will begin to migrate from joblessness to some sustainable jobs. The third one is that tourism and the economy of FCT and indeed Nigeria will receive a boost. And I want to thank you for thinking out of the box to come up with this kind of initiative. It is indeed very rare. The roads can be beautiful, the bridges can be in place, but people need to drive on them, and that is what you have done today. Therefore, let me end by advising the beneficiaries once again that they should see this gesture today not as a piece of the national cake, but as a ladder to greater things. I see some of you buying some other vehicles on your own from the proceeds of this vehicle you are going to receive today. I pray that God Almighty will lead you as you drive safely. There will be no accidents. I pray that God Almighty will multiply your effort and bless your effort. Again, a little secret about the Honorable Minister. the tonic you need to give him that will make him buy more vehicles, so that by the next round of empowerment, it will not only be 80, it will be 200. It's only when you perform and he sees smiles on your faces and he sees people that has become prosperous on account of this gesture. If you do that, I can assure you that your brothers and sisters that are waiting will also receive this boost. Once again, I want to thank the Honorable Minister. I want to thank every person that is here today, and end by saying, like I say always, if you don't like the man, but he's doing a good job, if you appreciate that good job, God will bless you and also bless the man. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what a great honor to have the former Abia State Governor, His Excellency Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, come and deliver a goodwill in FCT to come and support the indefatigable Honorable Minister of the FCT. At this juncture, he has also given advice to the beneficiaries to do well so that the Honorable Minister will do more. Let's give another round of applause to our guests, our very, very special guests. I'd like us to also thank the Mandate Secretary, Transportation, for his vote of thanks which he delivered earlier today. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is when I present to you those whose children would be benefiting from these cars. And some of them are in absentia, but most of them are here today. Honorable Chiliad Nladi, Kwali Area Council. Honorable John Gabaya, Chairman Buari Area Council. Honorable Christopher Meikalangu, Amak. Honorable Abugiri, Chairman Gwagwalada Area Council. Honorable Abdullahi Suleiman Saba, Chairman Kuje Area Council. And Honorable Abubakar Abdullahi Abaji Area Council. Their children today will be benefiting from these cars. They have worked hard, they have collaborated, they have supported, they have provided the requisite support. I shall call the young people who are going to be empowered today, and when I call your name, you will just stand. They are symbolic of the 80 cars, but 7 of them will come forward. Abbas Ibrahim, Kuje Area Council. Balarabe Aisha, Abaji Area Council. Peter Jigo, Kwali Area Council. Abbas Hafsat, Amak. Joseph Grace, Buari Area Council. Zainab Abdullahi Babadoko, Gwagwalada Area Council. And Elisha Yusuf, Renewed Hope Initiative, FCT. Please remain standing for a second. Okay, these are the constituents of the area councils. If I use the word children, it's loosely used to mean that they come from that area council. So these are their constituents. They are not necessarily their biological children. Please take note. These are their constituents. You know, when you are chief of a place, everybody is your child. And so it was loosely used. But these are their constituents. And all 7 of them will come and symbolically receive from the Honorable Minister when it's time. But right now, they will all walk and come forward here. And it will be led by Abbas Ibrahim, and everybody else will follow. Balarabe Aisha, follow. Peter Jigo, follow. Abbas Hafsat, follow. Joseph Grace, follow. Zainab Abdullahi Babadoko, follow. Please follow quickly. Elisha Yusuf, follow. These are our symbolic beneficiaries. They will all gather here in front of the Honorable Minister for him to see the young persons that he is empowering. As you can note, symbolically, there are 4 women and 3 men. They will be guided to the side now, and they would remain there until it's time for the Honorable Minister to hand over the keys symbolically to them. I'd like to, at this point, invite the Mandate Secretary, Youth Secretariat, to come and lead them to that side. Where is the mandate secretary? These are your people. Lead them to that side. The Honorable Minister will do the needful when he gets up on the podium. Your Excellencies, mercurial and intentional, he asked all of us, day after day, to come and join him in the flag-off ceremonies and groundbreaking of 9 projects in the FCT over a 9-day period. He had it all thought out. He got his team to plan, each one meticulously. Come sun, come rain, he got to each event with his entire people to light the communities with his words of encouragement, lining up project after project, undeterred. Yesterday, I mentioned that the Buhari Area Council Chairman described him as the Lord while he was the land. In fact, that comment came from Honorable Ajia. Day after day, we have gathered at his behest, and in Pai, he called for another look at another road to be tagged, to be included in future projects. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the current chief landlord of the FCT, help me welcome the FCT Minister, breaking grounds and providing opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, Nyesom Wike.
Your Excellency, my dear brother, the former governor of Abia State, Dr. Okeze Ibazu, the chairman, Senate Committee on Area Councils and Auxiliary Matters, Senator Junkuta, the chairman, House Committee on FCT, my dear brother Honorable Betara, the representative of Abuja South in the House of Representatives from Abuja, the representative of the Chairman House Committee on Area Council and Auxiliary Matters that are here, my dear brother House of Representatives from Benue State that is here, distinguished senators, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, my dear leader, the Chairman, Elders Council of River State, traditional rulers that are here, the Head of Service, Chief of Staff, mandate secretaries and permanent secretaries, leaders of political parties of APC and PDP that are here, area council chairmen, our dear women that are always supporting us that are here, senior special assistants to the chairman, to the minister and Minister of State, all of our leaders that are here that have come to give all the support, the Deputy Secretary of FCDA, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, let me sincerely thank my dear sister, our elder sister, Ijinabu, who has made the necessary correction, who has been doing a good job since Monday last week to today, 9 days. It's not been easy. And while that correction was needed, you know, Nigerians were once, they say, children of the area council chairman. Nobody would understand that it was used in a loose form. They would say, see, what kind of a thing are we doing? Chairman of councils, and they have brought their own direct children to be the beneficiaries. And that's why I wanted the clarification to be made. Even though they will understand, but you know those who don't have job in social media, they will turn it upside down. Thank you for that clarification. If that was not done, I would have counseled that. I would have not counseled that, because I would not be a party to allow a thing like this to happen, and the beneficiaries will be those who are in office, the children of those who are in office. So thank you very much. Let me say this clearly, and that is one thing I always say, that Nigerians forget a lot. Today, we are talking about not just about youth empowerment. Abuja will be 50 years old in 2026. 50 years old in 2026. In essence, by the grace of God, as it pleases Mr. President, we are likely to be the Jubilee people as far as this FCT is concerned. I was the Jubilee governor in my state, and it's likely that I'll be the Jubilee minister of FCT. Now, nobody thought about intervening as far as women are concerned. Nobody talked about intervening as far as the youth are concerned. We have had presidents, whether you like it or not. Aswaji Ahmed Bola Tinubu is not the first president that occupied FCT. But let us tell ourselves the simple truth. He is the first president who said you can't continue to talk about administration, women are not involved, youth are not involved. And that's why he created the Women's Secretariat and created the Youth Secretariat. You may say, what is that? But go and ask the youth today, they know the importance of it. Go and ask the women today, they know the importance of it. You know, in Nigeria, we commonize everything. Now, as you have seen this vehicle now, those who never mean well for this country, what you will see in social media, you want them to be taxi drivers. No. We have Nigerians overseas. We travel. But once you get to the airport, Nigerians who will say they are in abroad. My uncle is in London. My uncle is in Houston. My uncle is in Paris. My uncle has sent us $200, 200 pounds, 200 euros. But when they get to the airport, hey guy, we're heading to him. You enter the vehicle. He takes you. He makes his money. He feeds his family. He pays his taxes. He pays his bills. And while we're here, I have an uncle in London. I have an auntie in California. Instead of us to encourage how we can feed our families, the next thing you see in social media, they are giving our youth to go and be taxi drivers. We can't be taxi driver here, but we promote taxi driver in London. That is the country you are in. People will feed from something. This vehicle is not used vehicle. We are not one of those people that go and carry. These are brand new vehicles. Rubber. Tear rubber. Is what they call it? Tear rubber. We are not buying used vehicle. I don't want to go states who give out used vehicle. This is tear rubber. And they are not paying a dime. We are not saying pay government back anymore. No. Government is saying this is our own support to make sure you have something to feed on, to make sure you have to touch your family, and also to reduce the cost of transportation in the city. Who will tell you how much you will charge the people because you didn't buy the vehicle, because you didn't spend money.
If the cost of vehicle, if the cost of transport is 50 naira, we say, look, go and take 30 naira from them, not 50 naira. That, in a way, is Mr. President's strategy to reduce the cost of transport as far as FCT is concerned. We made sure that all the area councils are involved. We made sure it has nothing to do with you come from Abuja, don't come from, as far as you live here, you do your work here, and you are lucky by balloting you get. Abuja should compete with other cities in the world. I know how painful it is. If we say no more keke napep, I know it is very painful. We are not saying that we no more keke napep, no. But you go to certain areas. But for now, we will try to see this is a pilot scheme in Maitama, Gusape, and Asokoro. Let us see how it will work. And by the grace of God, it will work well. Because Mr. President means well for everybody. Most of the Kekedape, most of the motorcycles are informants. Everybody here that's the beneficiary is being provided by security. And so what we are coming up from January next year, there will be nobody that will operate as a taxi driver or a bus driver without having the approval from security, without security profiling you, and without going on with Abuja color. So nothing like using any vehicle on the road. No, we won't allow that. We will not allow that. From January, we will not allow that. And because we will do that, we would have also brought in more vehicles so that we won't have shortage. Those private individuals who want to have or run commercial activities, you must have to sit down with the police, with the SSS, who take the vehicle numbers, the name of your driver's address. So everybody will have that confidence. This is the vehicle I'm entering, in case anything happens. But again, by the time we commission the bus and taxi terminals, by January next year, by the grace of God, it will no longer be standing on the road. Everybody, you want to go to Gogolaba, this is the terminal you go to. You want to go to Suso area, this is the terminal you go to. So people know the vehicle you are entering. That will reduce the level of insecurity. We are going to give some time to the Kekedape and the Mosaku people. Prepare that we are going to phase you out in this area. I didn't say they will phase you out totally. But let us say that we have a city. Let us say we have a city. It's very, very important. Kekedape say this is the route you go. Mosaku, this is where you go to. But this area is a no-go area. Because that's how it is in all cities of the world. Beneficiaries, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed that they gave you that tomorrow. Look, when you are in a hotel in overseas, you call, say, I need social vehicle. Happily they come, and you are chauffeur driven. And at the end of the day, what's important is to feed your family, not to be involved in one crime or the other. You don't also need to. You can also employ somebody who will be provided by the security. At the end of the day, you are making a living. That is what is important in life. There's nothing government will do that those who will never see good will not say something. They must say something. Don't be discouraged. And I congratulate you for being one of the beneficiaries. In fact, I'm happy with the 4 ladies. Show them that what men can do, women can do better. What men can do, women can do better. Take it that this is what you use to feed your family for now. Tomorrow, you can buy another vehicle. And let me also tell the union people, you don't need to be angry. You don't need to be angry, you're also going to benefit. We know some of you are having your car through hire purchase. You are paying through hell. We're also going to make you to own your own vehicles and charge what government has said you should charge, so that our people will not continue to suffer in the name of high cost of transportation. No. That is what the Renewed Hope agenda is all about. And I thank the committee that was started with the responsibility to do this job, which is headed by the Chief of Staff. We want to sincerely thank you for a job well done. This is one area I've never gotten any complaint, where it is done politically. No complaint. And the Secretary has said the 10 billion. We are not giving you 10 billion. So I have it here. We didn't say we are giving the youth 10 billion. I said Mr. President has approved 10 billion naira for the empowerment and development of the youth. So don't go over and say we are giving you 10 billion. Nobody's sharing any money to you. You must come up with a program, with a proposal on how the youth are going to benefit, either by skill acquisition or anything that will help the youth. I'm not going to approve conferences. Conferences do not help any youth. Oh, we want to go and teach the youth how to behave well. I'm not releasing 1 naira. You know, I'm sorry to say this. When you see budget, you know that this country is something else. One way of siphoning public fund is through conferences. One way of siphoning public fund is what? Through what? Conferences. Conferences upon conferences upon conferences. Ask yourself a question: what is the result of the conferences? The 10 billion Mr. President has approved will be practically utilized. The youth, we are going to Yaya. We have the skill acquisition that have been abandoned. We have to go there and see what we can do to revive that skill acquisition. And so that the youth can be trained either in ICT or whichever way. You know, when you are not in office, you always criticize. Now is your turn. The mandate secretary, now is your turn. This is not your initiative. So let people hear it now. It's not your initiative. It is our initiative before you came. I want you as a youth mandate secretary. Every time the youths are not carried along, every time the youths are, now you are in power. Go now and draw up a program to government. You have the money there. What will government do with the money to improve the lives of the youth? Not every day criticism, criticism, criticism. Now you are here. But I have confidence in you that you will do well at the end of the day. So we will continue to thank Mr. President. It is not easy. It is not easy. Everything we have asked from him, approved. Not only approved, release. You know the difference between approval and release. Some of you say, oh, approval is not release. Approval is yet. It's been approved, subject to the availability of funds. So we are prepared to do everything to change the lives of the youth in Abuja. And the youth should also appreciate Mr. President. Stop listening to people who do not mean well for you. Stop listening to people whose own job is when they pay them money. They say all kinds of things in your social media, and you believe them. Somebody came to show me about one write-up where they said there's one professor that wrote. I asked him, professor of which university? Nobody knows. But he's a professor. He's a professor. They say he's a professor of law. Where has he taught law? Nobody knows. Where has he advocated law? Nobody knows. But it's only a professor of law in social media. They had the opportunity. They were given the opportunity in Human Rights Commission. Ask them, what was their performance? What was the record? When the government gave the opportunity to be there? Zero. Zero. I thank our leaders for continuing to give Mr. President support. I thank our leaders for supporting the FCT administration, continue to support. After today, we'll take a break. In the next 2 weeks, we'll start again. We are not tired. So, our sister Eugene Abu, we are giving you 2 weeks break without pay, 2 weeks break without pay. Then we'll start again, because December we'll be doing commissioning. But before that December, we'll continue to do flag off. Those who will die, let them die. After all, that's why there is a life and death. So those who want to die, that we are flagging off and we'll be commissioning, it's not our business. Go and hang the transformer and die. We want nobody any apology. We don't go any apologies at all. We continue to do something that our people will make our people happy. But let me use the opportunity to invite my dear leader. Let me tell you one thing today. You know, there are people who don't have character. The former governor of Abia State, we started this struggle together. We stood firm. Forget about people who are jumping here, left, right, and center, who couldn't even say anything then. These are the people who stood, who said equity, fairness, and what? Justice. That's why I would never abandon people like this. There are people, they just are human beings who have character. Yes, and that is what it's supposed to be. Hunger will not kill you because you have character. Some people, you sit with them today, they tell you something, the next day, they're doing a different thing. That's not life. You must be known for something, that your children should be proud of you. Look at my leader, 80-something years, very strong, very committed, very firm. Very committed, very firm. And when he came to Abuja, he said, I must come and join you today. And I will also use this opportunity to give to him, to be the one that will commission this and hand over these keys to these innocent sisters and brothers that are beneficiaries of this pilot scheme. I hereby invite Chief Ferdinand Alababa to please help us to give her these keys and then commission this project. Thank you, and God bless you. Come, move this. I mean. Sorry, go there first. You will call them. Mara, you start calling them. So you can get all one by one.
Thank you. Abbas Ibrahim is here, sir. Balarabe Aisha, Abaji Council area. Abbas Ibrahim was from Kuje. Peter Jigo, Kwali Area Council. Abbas Hafsat Amak, Abuja Municipal Area Council. Joseph Grace, Buhari Area Council. Zainab Abdullahi Babadoko, Gwagwalada Area Council. Elisha Yusuf, FCT Renewed Hope Initiative. Those are the 7, Your Excellency. Please come down. Thank you.
May I please invite the beneficiaries and our leaders, please, for the commissioning of these vehicles. Thank you very much.
Oh, there's a place. There you go. Madam Secretary, you. Madam Secretary, you. Keep going. His Excellency will now go forward accompanying Chief Anababa, Chairman, River State Elders Council, for the commissioning today, the cutting of tape of these vehicles.
Your Excellency, the Minister to be part of this empowerment program for the youths of FCT. A man who has always a legacy wherever he can apply to perform. FCT has already seen signs of that legacy in the 1 year that he's been here. And I have no doubt this is just the beginning for FCT. For the beneficiaries, this is a pilot program, and I'm sure the watchword is that let this work well, and it will be extended to the territory. At this point, in God the Father, God the Son, and all God the Spirit, commission these vehicles to
It's time for the group photograph very quickly, and that group photograph will now revert to the national anthem. Media.
We just gave you live pictures from Abuja, where we saw the official launch of the Youth Empowerment Program by the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike. Yes, he disclosed that the initiative is that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who approved 10 billion naira for the Youth Development Fund aimed at empowering youth in the Federal Capital Territory. We saw the official handing of the keys, vehicles to 7 beneficiaries from different local government areas in Abuja. According to the minister, he says the initiative will take a 2 weeks break and then will be reignited after that 2 weeks break. So pictures there from Abuja after the launching of the Youth Empowerment Program by the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike. Would bring you more on this update in our subsequent bulletin on News Central TV.